Hello, and welcome to the President's Diary, where we take a look at His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali's week of activities. Last Saturday evening, the head of state visited the site for the new 4-lane highway that is currently being constructed to connect Mandela Avenue in Georgetown to Eccles on the east bank of Demerara. President Ali received an update from the contractors who have been working around the clock to finish the project before the end of the year. The highway, when completed, would help to cut commute time for trips to and from the city while aiding in the modernization of the connecting communities. On Monday, His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali and senior members of his government held a high-level meeting with a visiting private sector delegation from the Republic of Ghana at the office of the President on Chief Chandra Paul Drive. The visitors, who represented several groups, including West Coast Gas Ghana Limited, held their introductory meeting with President Ali, Prime Minister Brigadier the Honorable Mark Phillips, Vice President the Honorable Dr. Bara Jagdeo, and several other ministers of the government. During their two-day visit, the Ghanaians had further discussions with a number of ministers, government agencies, and local private sector entities. Ghana's President, His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo, agreed to lend technical cooperation in oil and gas and to enhance relations during a bilateral meeting in September with President Ali at the 76th United Nations General Assembly in New York. Since then, visits have been made by representatives from both countries. President Ali held a meeting at the Arthur Chung Conference Center Monday afternoon with contractors currently executing major capital projects, where he charged them to expedite their work but to ensure that quality is maintained as Guyana continues to go through a revolutionary period of growth and development. The head of state was adamant that structure was needed at all levels and by all stakeholders, since the end result would need to be a quality product for the Guyanese people. President Ali noted that he and his cabinet have committed to fulfilling the very elaborate and comprehensive mandate of development.
The conversation we are having today is a conversation we had in the cabinet. So at the level of the cabinet, certain instructions has already been given, and we have already had a very rigid and robust discussion in cabinet. So the same level of conversation that we're having with you has already took place at the cabinet.
The President said there is always room for growth and that contractors must learn to take constructive criticism, and underscored that a contractor who is bidding for and being awarded large projects that fall over $100 million should not be bidding for small regional projects. He made it clear that he has no problem with contractors having multiple contracts, but he has an issue with there being a lack of understanding that contracts have to be done simultaneously. On Tuesday, His Excellency Dr. Irfaan Ali received a courtesy visit from the Russian ambassador to Guyana, Alexander Kermaz, at his office on Chief Chandra Paul Drive. Guyana and the Russian Federation established formal diplomatic relations on December 17, 1970. Since then, the two countries have enjoyed bilateral collaboration in numerous areas, including economics, culture, education, and security. Later that day, the head of state attended the birth anniversary celebrations of former government ministers Clinton Collymore and Hari Prasad Nokta. Former Minister Nokta turned 84, while former Minister Collymore turned 85. To honor the politicians, President Ali took part in a gathering at Freedom House on Robb Street, where he reminisced and praised the contributions of the two Guyanese stalwarts. Both seasoned officials, who spent decades in the political arena, served as ministers of local government. His Excellency met with 5 rice millers at State House on Wednesday. The President engaged the millers, who are from Pomeroon-Supinam Region 2, and Mahaica Berbice Region 5 about issues that they're currently facing in the rice industry. Minister of Agriculture, the Honorable Zulfikar Mustafa, was also at the meeting. President Ali has been promoting Guyana's agricultural potential at the regional and global levels and has even described food production and agriculture as the country's sustainable future. Thursday afternoon saw His Excellency Dr. Irfaan Ali receiving a courtesy visit from Special Advisor at Jain deemed to be University, Dr. Vijay Jolly, at the Office of the President. Vice President Dr. Barajagdeo joined the head of state for the visit, which culminated with Dr. Jolly presenting the president with a book titled Modi India Calling 2021 that features hundreds of photographs from India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to 107 countries. Jain is one of the universities offering Guyanese scholarships in several disciplines and at various levels under the Guyana Online Academy of Learning. Of the 6,225 online scholarships being offered by the government of Guyana this year, over 2,600 are from Jain deemed to be University. In an address to the nation early Friday morning, His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali affirmed that one focus of his government is that of strengthening the disposable income of Guyanese.
Our focus is giving back more to you, giving to your families, enhancing your welfare, improving your livelihood, making home ownership easier, building a strong, healthy, highly educated society, scholarships for you. In addition to the scholarship, we still have the commitment of making university education free. All of those measures we have to find resources for. So in a comprehensive way, I would say we have outdone most of, if not, the entire globe.
The head of state reminded the nation too that the PPPC government's position of preserving jobs, protecting citizens against the pandemic, and safeguarding their well-being is a principle that has been adopted by countries across the globe. Already, the government has implemented a number of measures for citizens aimed at supporting Guyanese as a result of the economic shocks of the pandemic. These measures, which span across each sector in Guyana, puts back billions of dollars into the economy and into the pockets of each citizen. The head of state also appealed to the local workers' unions to take off their political hats and approach the government's announcement of a 7% increase to public servants in an unbiased position.
I appeal to the union to take off their political hat. Take off their political hat and put on the hat of reality, the hat of fairness, and in a comprehensive way, they too should applaud the government. I've spoken to many public servants who are fully on board. I say to all those in public service and all our workers in this country, do not be distracted.
The president's statement comes on the heels of criticism from bodies like the Guyana Public Service Union, who have been calling for an increase higher than the across-the-board 7% increase being given to public servants by the PPPC government. Dr. Ali emphasized that the disapproval displayed by these unions is grounded in nothing more than gaining political points.
Today, I want us to, I've seen a lot of so-called trade union leaders who are more political operatives. I would consider them political operatives. Because if you look at their attitude and behavior and their level of activism now, compared to when the APNU and AFC was in government, you would see that they are driven by an agenda. And in this country, sometimes we do not want to call a spade a spade. But you have a president who is willing to call a spade a spade. And when you have people who are driven by a particular agenda, then they try to distort the facts, they try to distort the truth, and they try to manipulate information.
The head of state encouraged Guyanese, particularly those in the public service, not to fall prey to political manipulation. Going forward, Dr. Ali gave his unreserved pledge to positively developing Guyana.
I say to all those in public service and all our workers in this country, do not be distracted. Our country is moving positively from strength to strength every day. And your government, your president, would ensure that all of you, all of us, are part of the strengthening, deepening, widening of democracy, freedom, prosperity, and the ability to live a life that is full here in Guyana.
His Excellency on Friday announced that Pomeroon-Supinam Region 2 would soon be declared a special development zone that would advance investment opportunities. The head of state made the declaration in Henrietta on the Essequibo coast as he helped to officially open the doors to the new Jagobin Hotel. He explained that the development initiatives planned for the region cover technology, infrastructure, tourism, services, and the ICT sector. The president said that specific legislation will be tabled in Parliament to recognize the zone with definite incentives that are aimed at attracting more investors to the region and country by extension. To complement this move, the president explained that major infrastructural projects will be done in the region that include opening up more than 10,000 acres for inhabitants. His Excellency Dr. Irfan Ali also met with farmers from Region 2 at the Guyana Rice Producers Association seed paddy drying and storage facility in Anna Regina. The head of state was joined by Senior Minister in the Office of the President with responsibility for finance, Dr. Ashni Singh, Minister of Agriculture, Zulfikar Mustafa, National Security Advisor, Captain Jerry Gavaya, and representatives from the region. President Ali told the farmers that since his last visit in early September, more than 120 land issues, more than 100 national insurance scheme issues, and hundreds of other issues have been addressed. The meeting attracted various farmers from across the region, but was dominated by rice farmers. That's it for this week's President's Diary, where we took a look at His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali's week of activities. Thank you for joining, and do join us again next week.